G'day, Peter Swan here, checking in for Bendigo Bank, Clovelly Community Branch. We're here today at the beautiful Bondi Beach. We're just celebrating our donation to the Bondi Beach Club IRBs. So we've donated to those. It's a great work for Bondi.
I just want to say on behalf of the four presidents who are over here, amongst the 4 clubs here, we do 20% of the rescues for the state. Between us, we're doing roughly 800 rescues a season, which puts a toll on our equipment. And we want to thank Bendigo for the grant, for the IRBs. Thank you.
All right, for Bendigo.
And I'd like to introduce the Prime Minister, a fellow lifesaver, and our local member.
Retired lifesaver. Thank you very much. Well, thanks, Jacob. And look, it's great to be here, and you've acknowledged our local councillors, Sally Betts, Leon Goldsman, Dominic. Where's Dominic? I didn't see Dominic. Oh, there he is. Good on you, mate. Hey, I'll take that. And John Wakefield. Is Graham Ford here?
No, he's in America.
He's in the States. So Graham does a fantastic job. Former president of Bronte and president of Surf Life Saving Australia. Jacob's here, the president of Bondi, Surf Bathers Life Saving Club. Mate, where's Mark Cotter? There he is, president of North Bondi. Basil, where's Basil?
Right here.
Basil, president of Bronte. And Tim, president of Tamarama's Surf Life Saving Club. And where's Peter? There he is, Peter Swan. He's the man with the money, the branch manager of the Clovelly Community Bank, with Bendigo Bank. Now, these aren't the only boats that I will be, or seagoing vessels I'll be launching today. I'll be down at Garden Island a little later at the commissioning of HMAS Hobart, the new air warfare destroyer. But while these are much smaller vessels, they have something in common with HMAS Hobart. They are all about keeping Australians safe and protecting Australians. And I want to pay tribute to the surf lifesavers of today, of years past, and of tomorrow, the young nippers here, and the little 8-week-old baby there, who will surely be a nipper in years to come. I want to pay tribute to you all for the selfless love that you all show in your service in keeping Australians safe on our beaches. It's going to be a hot summer. It's going to be a long, hot summer. And the beaches will be busier than ever. And it's your role to keep Australians safe on the beach. You do a magnificent job. There were 50 lives lost on beaches in Australia last year. That's 50 lives too many. And I know that your commitment saves hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. The message of water safety is one that the life-saving movement gives passionately, devotedly, delivers that safety to Australians so that we can enjoy these amazing beaches. And as Jacob said, the clubs are represented here, deliver, what do you say, 20% of all the rescues?
Almost 20% in
Yeah, I absolutely, well, there's no doubt about that. These are big surf life-saving clubs, and of course they're patrolling the most popular and indeed the most iconic beaches in Australia. Now let me say a little bit about 2 remarkable people after whom these ribs are named. Firstly, the Spear. David Spearin, one of your lifesavers here, died of an aneurysm in January on his way to a patrol. He showed his selfless love as a lifesaver, and he showed it also by being an organ donor. He gave the gift of life to two others, complete strangers, who he never would have met, but that was an example of his commitment, of his love, of his selflessness carried out during his life as a lifesaver. Now, the Tamarama boat is named after Kirsty Bowden. She was murdered by the Islamist terrorists in the London Bridge and Borough Markets attack in London recently. She is a nurse, a lifesaver, a courageous young woman who ran to danger to help others in the face of that shocking attack and lost her life. There were two young Australian women killed in that attack in the London Bridge and the Borough Markets. And I visited the scene of that attack with the British Prime Minister Theresa May a few months ago. And I met with the police officers who were the first responders who grappled with the attackers and met with some of the courageous shopkeepers who also sought to fend them off and protect their customers until the tactical response group arrived and killed the terrorists. It was a shocking attack and a reminder of the need to be constantly vigilant. And I can assure you that we have no place for set and forget when it comes to national security. There should be no place for that. We are constantly improving our resources, our cooperation, our collaboration with state and territory police forces, and you've seen the way in which one terrorist plot after another has been disrupted, prevented, and the conspirators brought to justice. And you saw that recently here in Sydney with the plot to bring down an airliner. So security, the safety of Australians, is the first priority of every government. It's the first priority, the abiding, relentless focus of my government as well. So I want to thank all of you for the service you do. We're honouring two great young Australians who showed their selfless love in the service of others. The Spear and the Kirsty Bowden, these will always remind us of their love and their service. But remember, summer, it's not winter is coming, as in Game of Thrones, summer is coming, summer is upon us. And it's going to be a long, hot summer. The beaches will be full. It's vitally important. Obey the directions of the lifesavers and the lifeguards. Swim between the flags. Don't swim alone. But always focus on water safety. Keep an eye out for others. That's the Australian way. That's what the life-saving movement does today. It's what it's done for generations. And looking at these young boys and girls here, I know its future is in safe hands as well. Thank you very much. It's a great honour to be here to launch these boats.
Thank you, Prime Minister Malcolm, and thank you, Jacob. We just like to honour all the voluntary members of the Surf Club movement across Australia. We're a small franchise of Bendigo Bank. We've got 8 employees, and we've got a little bank up there at Clovelly. We're a philanthropic social enterprise. We've given over $1 million in cash contributions to community groups, and we've put 9 IRBs on the eastern seaboard of eastern suburbs of Sydney here. This is our 9th IRB. As well as that, we're getting involved with things like Men's Shed, so many community needs. But today's not about that. It's about acknowledging the hard work, the volunteers who put in weekends, days, nights, all the admin. It is huge. We just want to thank you. It's an honour to be part of sponsoring the boats for you, and I'd also like to acknowledge the directors of our bank, who are all volunteers. They bring a lot of skills, a lot to the running of the thing, and without them and without our loyal customers that support us, this wouldn't be a reality. thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, Malcolm and Jacob, for all you've done for the surf life-saving movement. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Very good.